Good morning, class 6. Your first chapter is about the leaf. There are many types of useful plants around you. They provide food grains, pulses, fruits, vegetables, sugar, tea, coffee, wood, and medicines. Some plants are small, some are big. The leaves of different plants are of different shapes and sizes. Their flowers also vary in shape, size, and color, but all these plants consist of two parts. The part above the ground is called the shoot system. The part below the ground is called the root system. The shoot system consists of the stem, branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. The root system consists of the roots. Now, children, see the structure of a leaf. A leaf is a thin, flat, and broad outgrowth of a stem. The point on the stem from where a leaf arises is called a node. A leaf develops from a node. Branches also arise on a stem from the nodes. A leaf is generally green in color. The shape and size of leaves vary from one place to another. But all leaves have the following main parts: lamina or leaf blade, leaf stalk or petiole, midrib, veins and veinlets, leaf base. A lamina is a thin, flat, expanded part of a leaf. The tip of the leaf blade is called the leaf apex. Leaf stalk is the shortest cylindrical part of a leaf. The petiole attaches lamina to the stem. A midrib, the lamina has a thickened vein along its center called the midrib. The midrib extends from the petiole to the tip of the leaf. Now see what is veins. Many lateral branches known as veins arises from the midrib. Veins further branch out to form veinlets. Leaf base is a small, slightly swollen part at the end of the petiole. Now children, see the type of leaves. Leaves are of two types, simple leaf and compound leaf. A simple leaf has a single leaf blade. It has an axillary bud. Some examples of plants with simple leaves are peepal, guava, mango, and hibiscus. Compound leaf. The leaf blade is clearly divided into many distinct parts called leaflets. Unlike simple leaves, the leaflets do not have axillary buds. Some examples of plants with compound leaves are neem, gulmohar, and rose. Now children, see the types of leaf venation. Firstly, see what is venation. The arrangement of veins and veinlets on the lamina of a leaf is called venation. It is of two types, reticulate and parallel. In reticulate venation, the veins and veinlets are irregularly distributed over the entire lamina, forming a network. The leaves of plants such as peepal, guava, and mango have reticulate venation. In parallel venation, the veins run parallel to each other. Such leaves are said to have parallel venation. In banana leaf, the veins run laterally from the midrib. Now children, see the arrangement of leaves on a stem. So what is arrangement of leaves called? The arrangement of leaves on a stem is known as phyllotaxy. It is of three types: alternate arrangement, opposite arrangement, and whorled arrangement. In alternate type of arrangement, in this only one leaf arises from each node. In opposite type of arrangement, a pair of leaves arises from the same node, but the leaves grow opposite to each other, as in guava and jasmine. In whorl type of arrangement, a set of three or more leaves grows from the same node. The set of leaves are at the same level and form a whorl or circle. The example of such type of arrangement can be seen in the plant of Nerium oleander. Now children, see the functions of leaf. So there are three type functions. First is manufacturing of food. So the process by which green leaves prepare their own food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. The leaves produce glucose and oxygen from water and carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. The second function is gaseous exchange. Many minute pores called stomata are present on the lower surface of a leaf. During daytime, plants take CO2 for photosynthesis and release the excess oxygen through the stomata. At night, plants take in oxygen and release CO2 into the air through the stomata. The last function is transpiration. Excess water taken up by plants is released into the air in the form of water vapor through stomata. This process is called transpiration. It keeps a plant cool. Now children, see the modification of leaves. Though the main functions of leaves is to manufacture food, some leaves get modified to perform special functions. Leaf tendril to provide support. In many climbers, the leaf is modified into a thin thread-like coiled structure called a tendril. Leaf spines to provide protection and reduce loss of water. In certain plants, leaves or parts of leaves get modified into pointed structures called spines. Spines help to reduce the loss of water by transpiration. Then, scale leaves to protect buds and store food and water. In some plants, the leaves are modified into scale leaves and perform the functions of protecting the buds. They also store food and water. Scale leaves may be thin and dry as in ginger or thick and fleshy as in onion. Now children, see what are insectivorous plants. So insectivorous plants are pitcher plant, bladderwort, Venus flytrap. Vegetative propagation of leaves. Some plants do not produce seeds. Also, the seeds of some plants do not germinate. Such plants grow new plants from their vegetative parts such as root, stem or leaf of a plant. This is called vegetative propagation. In Bryophyllum and Begonia, vegetative reproduction takes place by adventitious buds on leaves. These buds usually remain dormant, but under favorable condition, when the leaf falls on the ground, these buds develop into small plantlets. The plantlets then get separated from the parent plant and grow into independent plants.